Namaskar, a grand rising to all of you goddesses who have decided to take a plunge towards your own womb, towards your own generational strength. Today, we are going to discuss deeper and more into what really it is when we say that womb is your center of power. We are also going to see a lot more things. So let's begin. It will be great to see all of your beautiful faces with a broad smile to get the momentum on for this thriving group. So take a few seconds, open the camera, and welcome each other. Make the most of this group session by giving each other a broad smile. Okay, beautiful, Anandita. Namaste. Namaste, Krishna. Great. Thank you so much. And before I begin, let's call upon the goddess energy of the universe to bless us with what needs to come out of this beautiful group gathering of women for today or for later. We cut all the cords which are ever in space of us and our divine feminine power. Thank you, universe. Thank you, Parmeshwar, Parmeshwari. Thank you, divine feminine. So it is. So it is. So it is. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so first of all, let me welcome you all once again. Today, we are going to connect further with our womb, and there's a lot of information which is in store for you, a lot of experiences which are in store for you. Womb is the feminine magical, a physical manifestation of the portal, which is of the universe right there within us. It sits in our throne a few inches below your navel. Yesterday, we connected with it by taking our right hand and keeping it below our navel. Yes, that is the area which is thriving for you, which is throbbing for you. And that is the area with which we are going to connect today to bloom, just as you see the blooming and the chirping of the womb in this picture. So, womb is a feminine. I want you to hang on to each word of this, which is feminine, magical, physical manifestation. These are the four power words. If nothing you can take away from here, take back these four power words that you, the goddess, have the potential of connecting with your feminine side further, of becoming the magical feminine that you are, of physically manifesting things in this life, not just for yourself, but for the generations which have gone and the generations which are yet to come. Now, today we are going to do a quick recap of what we discussed yesterday. We are also going to see that what really are the benefits of connecting with your womb energy. I'm going to speak more about your personal sacred geometry because I believe in giving something, a solution which is highly customized, which is because we are all unique. We're also going to speak about self-love and why is it important. Honestly, with the day and age of spirituality information, we have heard so much about self-love. We might have also heard about why it is important, but especially for feminine energy, I would like to give you some very secret inputs. Further, we are going to talk about the elements of which make us basically the tattvas, and how is that important? How am I going to use it further in the work to further customize stuff for you? And then we are going to have group gathering. I request you all to make this session a lot interactive, make the most of the divine power of feminine energy of women coming together. If you have questions, Please keep the Telegram group thriving so that those questions can be picked up for your benefit and for the benefit of the entire group. That is exactly how group gatherings are to be used. At this point, if you feel you need to invite some other sister of yours, some other friend of yours to this group gathering, do not hesitate. Write in the Telegram group or write to the admin and get yourself registered or them registered so that more goddesses can join in today and in future. So are you ready? Give me a thumbs up or raise your hands. Let's get this going, ladies. Excellent. Now, one thing that I would remind you all is that all our unexpressed stuff and emotions, they get stored in this portal. What's the portal that I'm speaking about? The womb, a beautiful womb. Whatever, yesterday we established that how our womb is connected to our throat, and whatever we are unable to express it. In fact, whatever our generational feminine energy has been unable to express, they felt it, but however, they were living in a community where they couldn't express it either in emotions, all of that junk. That is the junk which probably all of us currently have in our womb. And now your ancestors are knocking on your door. Yes, you ladies, if you're here, it is because at some subconscious level, your generational feminine energy is knocking at your door and saying, hey, honey, let's do something about it. Because it is that junk which creates blockages to our mental, our physical, as well as our emotional flow. Mental blockages show up as anxiety. It shows up as certain areas or certain emotions, not really emotions, but certain times when we need to make a decision, but we are not able to. We rely on others. We become so codependent that if someone does not show us the direction, we feel like a stuck energy. These are the kind of people who also become very susceptible to being, almost like others can control them because they feel they do not have that mental ability to honor their own direction. Again, clean the womb, ensure that you're mentally independent. Physical, yes. We did a poll day before yesterday on the group. So many beautiful ladies said that they are facing hormonal issues, that the pain of periods keep them so limited that maybe their pelvic area is unable to move, and because of which they lose so many opportunities, because of which that shows up in certain areas of our life where they get their relationships are suffering. They have so much potential, but they are not able to put it forward. And finally, the emotional flow. Yes, ladies, those times when you have mood swings, and those mood swings, when later you look back at them, you see how they have affected your relationships, how they have affected your decision making, how they have come in touch with your productivity, and therefore the promotion that you were supposed to get, the appreciation that you were supposed to get because of that emotional low, someone takes it away. So yes, once you work on your womb, these are the areas of your life that we are going to tackle. Now, as I said, I'm an NLP coach, and because of which every prompt that I give to you, every picture that I show to you today, or any of the further sessions, they're very, very important. So tell me, goddesses, are you ready for your flow? Are you ready to move or to flow from this energy, this energy which feels like I have this potential, I have these emotions, but I'm not able to make sense of it, towards the elixir which lies within you, towards the fidelity which lies within you? Raise your hands, type it in the Telegram group. Let me know that you are ready, for this flow. As I said, we will keep this session very, very interactive, such that this group gathering is exactly how your ancestors wished for it to be, that it is thriving. Okay, excellent, beautiful. Good to see that. Maybe clap for yourself once. Because I think when I spoke about the stuckness, oftentimes that stuckness, the earlier slide that I spoke about, often shows in you want to express. As I said, there are a lot of words which are wanting to come out of you, but there is this sense of shame which one carries. There's this sense of, oh, how does one yes that I say going to matter in this entire gathering? But no, honey, that's what I'm here to tell you. Every yes you give to the universe, every thumbs up that you give to these questions, you are actually giving a command to your womb energy, to a command to the universe. So when I say yes, even if you don't feel so, say yes and put it in the Telegram group. Okay, let's move ahead. Now, one very important question which comes into picture is that why should I go for womb healing when in a day and age where there is so many other sorts of healings available, why only womb healing? Now, this is your answer for that, ladies. One, it releases generational wounds and trauma. When you work on your womb, when you connect with your womb, just that awareness, many have said that it increases the connection, the wisdom that one starts receiving from their generation. And it reduces the trauma, a pain which was there for a very long time. In fact, a lot of women have got back to me saying that, interestingly, Neha, there was this pain which I used to have at an XYZ place, and which is something which my sister had also experienced. But now that I worked in the womb healing session, she says that miraculously it has helped her too. So we are speaking not just the work that you do today is a one-time investment, actually, of time and of energy for the generations which have gone by and the generations which are yet to come. It resolves intimacy and hormonal concerns. Yes, ladies, did you know that intimacy issues that we have, which means that we are scared to get somebody close to us, and doesn't mean only physically, but even emotionally. We want somebody to approach us. However, if it is left to us, we will not open up. We will not speak out in those conversations. We will not be the first one to open our mouth in the meetings. All of those are intimacy issues which are now stored in your womb, and it has almost become back to the bud in order to save itself. Over a period of time, these are the issues which get resolved. Then you attract acknowledgement and appreciation. Because you have started to express yourself, people now feel that, oh my God, this lady is approachable. And oh my God, what is this aura and this magic that she carries? Knock, knock, I want to have that. Knock, knock, who are you? Right? That attracts acknowledgement and appreciation. If you're somebody who has been thinking that I do so much for people, but still I get no appreciation. And I put so much work and effort at my work, but my boss, it's almost as if he or she cannot see me. Well, that is what the benefit of womb healing is. If you want to be seen, you need to declutter yourself and you need to connect back with that generational wisdom. It eases mood swings and any emotional up and down that you have. Now, the idea here is not, see, as emotions, as humans, we are supposed to feel emotions. So it's not that you will not feel anger or that you will not feel anxiety. No, the idea is, in fact, to become more aware of what do I do with this now that I feel it? What do I do with this? Eventually, over a period of time, your brain gets a message that, hello, this woman, this lady, this magical honey is now apt in handling this. I don't need to give her so much of fight and flight mode as I used to earlier. So that is what women tell me, that it eases out their mood swings. Then also I would like to say that if your mood swings are eased out, the way you operate in your family or the way you operate in the world without that much less frustration, that much more decision making, again, it goes back to how you attract acknowledgement and appreciation in comparison to others. Then it increases creativity and gets unbelievably more done. Oftentimes people think creativity is just that I should take a pen or a paper and, like create art. It should be something wherein I should be working, sorry, where I should be using paints and crayons. And it is that too. Yes, creativity is that too. But however, creativity is a lot more. It's the flow that happens within you to choose the right words at the right time. It is to connect with the right emotions of the other person at the right time. It is also to know that, oh, I want to try this dish at home. How can I experiment with it? Yes, that is your creativity as well. It is also when you approach somebody or you yourself, the creativity of handling that person or that situation. Creativity is a huge thing. Working on your womb opens up that area of creativity, that wisdom within your internal flow, so that instead of, again, as I said in the beginning, relying on others, you rely with your internal power, your internal flow. So does this excite you, ladies? Put it in the comment section of the Telegram group, or and also let me know, out of the, because they're going to discuss more, but out of these five, which one do you think, you, the lady, the woman, the magical woman, which one do you think attracts you the most? Is it releasing generational wounds? Is it resolving intimacy issues or attracting acknowledgement? Is it ease with mood swings, or is it increased creativity? Write in the comment section of the Telegram group, because when you write it, you give a command to the universe. Now, further, it opens up opportunities and abundance. Again, abundance has always been thought of as something that I will get money, and it does get money, but I'm speaking about abundance of love around you, abundance of beautiful relationships around you, abundance of help and support around you when you need it, abundance of understanding. Yes, that's the abundance which I'm speaking about, which puts you in emotional ease, where you are able to attract more opportunities towards you, because people are wanting now to work with you. People are wanting now to speak with you, because you put them at that ease, that same ease which you feel within. Then it's a happy relationship with yourself and with others. Only the only one who can pour out is the one who has a filled cup. We spoke about our cup yesterday. What we are filling, that those pour out, that thing pours out into the relationships outside. It's a better mental, physical, and a spiritual health. And oftentimes we feel that if we are spiritual, means that everything will be taken care of us automatically, that we will automatically get mental health and physical health. Well, that doesn't happen. It doesn't happen this way. We are here to learn various aspects of our life, and womb healing over a period of time has shown that mentally, physically, and spiritually, it enhances a person's life. A person becomes fearless, independent, and is able to make their own decision. Well, to make your own decisions, it is also very important to see that, Ami, am I ready to take risks in life? Am I ready to knock on that door and say and face rejection if possible, or face failure if possible? When I speak up in a meeting, even if the other person says that that's a stupid idea, which generally doesn't happen, but let's say if that happens, am I ready to accept that? Is my worth in the other person, or is my worth in the self? And that's how you become fearlessness, because not only are you speaking and thinking connected with your internal magical portal, which is the womb, however, you are also not absorbing what you don't need to absorb. You are not susceptible to other, you're not asking and knocking on everybody's door that, hello, knock, knock, I am clueless, can you show me the direction? Because once you are dependent on someone else to show the direction, now it depends upon what are that person's intentions. If that person is a good guide, is a good guru, well, yes. But what if that person has their own issues and they want to control you? Narcissism. And or if a person, generally I have seen that women who have not worked on their womb, or women who carry all that junk in their womb, they attract narcissistic relationships, not just in terms of spouse or marriages, but also in terms of work and friends. These are also the women who would usually have or get back to me saying that their family member decides to say random stuff about them out of nowhere. Yes, whatever is within you, ladies, you attract from the outside, and which is where the magic of cleaning your portal, the magic of healing your portal comes into picture. So now tell me, out of the things which I have just mentioned, which one calls out to you, ladies? And as I said, as you say it, you give the command to the universe. So opening opportunities of abundance, happy relationship with yourself, better mental, physical, spiritual health, or becoming fearless. You can just put it in number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Type in the comment section of the Telegram group. In case you haven't joined the Telegram group, I think it's there somewhere in the chats. You can go and connect with that. Okay, so Neelam says 1, which is open opportunities and abundance. What else? So Neelam has given the command. Are you ready to give your command? Anandita says all, peace, love, and all that jazz says 1. So opening opportunities and abundance is what the command for the group is. So be it. Okay, so one thing that I would like you to become even more aware of today is that you, if you're here, if even for a second you were ever interested in connecting with your womb, in the womb healing, you are the chosen one by your ancestors. You were there, you were incepted in your grandmother's womb, because that's what science says. When your mother was in your grandmother's womb, her eggs were developing in the 4th month, and you are a part and parcel of those eggs only. So when you, it's almost as if so many years back, your grandmother's lineage chose you to do the work that we are going to do today. Maybe she was not able to, maybe her ancestors were not able to, but you will do. And not just the healing, but also the wisdom she is ready to impart in you. You, my lady, are the chosen one. Okay. Now this is what I would like you to imagine. Imagine there is an art studio. In fact, to help you all, I put a picture there as well. And there's an art studio. However, it is filled with junk. What would be your first instinct? Now, first tell me, type in the Telegram group, do you think you can do anything in this cluttered art studio? You have the power of creativity in you. Let's say you're the owner of this art studio. You know you have a creative inspiration which you want to put out there in the world. But if this is how it is, if it is cluttered, do you think you will be able to, or you will get the motivation to do something about it? You will be able to motivate yourself and put your inspiration on the canvas and page? No, right? No, you will not be able to do that. Even if you want to, even if you so wish to, you will not be able to do that. Or you will feel demotivated, or the first thing which will come to your mind is, why go through the effort? This is exactly what a lot of you might be feeling right now as well. You want to do something in life. You want to give wings to your creativity, to your internal feminine. But there could be so much junk of generations or your own childhood. There could be so much junk within you that your art studio, the brimming potential, you're not able to use. You're not able to use those tools. And that is exactly what womb healing is helping you in. Womb healing, which is a personal generational art studio. Note the point, I'm saying generational, which means that even those areas of your life, you think, oh, I don't know much about that. But maybe there is some feminine generational energy which now wants you to clean it and manifest what you thought you could never even think of, which is what a lot of women get back to me saying that, Neha, I did not even, those were not my choice of birth. I never thought I could create that kind of a leadership scenario at work, or I never thought that I could cook that for my child. But here you are doing that. So womb is your personal generational art studio, which is brimming, waiting for you to manifest. A lot of times women have been made to believe that manifestation in terms of a woman's womb only means child, birthing, and it does mean that. But however, I would also encourage you to open up and understand that it is not just child birthing. It is birthing anything, even the words that I'm saying right now, I am saying them from my womb, because I want Neha to be out of the picture, and I want my inner Shakti to flow through me and bring out from me whatever it wishes to. Maybe there are certain things which I do not believe in, but I tap onto my inner Shakti so that I can manifest a beautiful gathering right now. Yes, that is my current goal. Then the flow and the generational wisdom. As I said, a lot of women who feel stuck in life, that this person never listens to me, and because of that person, I'm not able to do this. Well, that's stuckness. So connecting with this generational art studio, decluttering it, will just open up that flow, the same flow we saw yesterday of that flower blooming out. And why to speak only about traumas? That is what we are releasing. But however, you're also connecting with the generational wisdom, the wisdom of your ancestors, the wisdom, the point that they want to pass on to you, so that you can put that across in the world. You can put that across in your work environment with your family and everybody. And did you know that your ancestors believed a lot more in magic, miracles, faith than you do today? Because of what we are seeing these days on TV. And somehow we are also a generation which has been made to believe that if it is not proven, it is not good enough. Well, these ladies are generational ladies, which we today call superstition, but they believed in magic and they believed in miracles. Many women have got back to me saying that, Neha, I used to feel magic and miracle is a voodoo thing. It's a woo-hoo thing. Like, I'm not meant for it. Like, you need to do this and you need to do that. But today, I am in acceptance of the magic and miracle, and I see that happening in my life around. So this is what has helped them in decluttering their, internal studio. What do you think about it, ladies? Let's make this interactive. What do you think about womb is your personal generational art studio? Are you ready to heal, to declutter your personal generational art studio to include flow, manifestation, or generational wisdom or magical miracles? Please type in the Telegram group. Let's give this command today to the divine universe, and also not just to the universe, but also to your divine feminine generations. Let them know that you're looking at them today. Let them know by giving this command to them that, hello, I hear you, I see you. Let me, please give me your wisdom, please give me your magic. Okay, great. So, great. So many are ready. Beautiful, excellent. Clap for yourself and clap for your generations. Great. So move ahead. Now, I want you to remember that you are sacred geometry. Now, what do I mean by that? If you would look at your body, just do that for a second, look at your body. What is that intelligence which made you have two eyes and not one? One nose and not two, 2 ears and not three, one neck, two breasts and not 100, one womb and not two. I mean, if it is such a portal, then why not have two portals, right? What do you think that is? Please type in the comment section of the Telegram group. Exactly. So that is that divine intelligence which even without invoking is working on us. We digest at the right time, our heart beats at just the right pace. Numbers are a part of our life. But can I tell you one more thing? Numbers are also a part of your date of birth, right? It's no coincidence that you were born at the date that you were born on. And it is no coincidence that you have the name that your parents decided to give to you. I mean, why am I called Neha and why not Yamini? In fact, a very quick short story. I was supposed to be called Yamini, but my parents then decided, because there was some character in the movies which were very popular at that time, so they named me Neha. Like, I could have totally been called Yamini, but I am Neha. Why? Because my sacred geometry, my internal intelligence, the divine wisdom which flows through me, connects more with Neha than with Yamini. And how about if I tell you that I can utilize this wisdom to customize my womb healing, to customize your womb healing, that your needs and requirements are unique because of your unique, beautiful sacred geometry. Which is why often when I speak about this work, I don't speak only of traumas, I also speak of the divine wisdom. So with my name, with my date of birth, with your name, with your date of birth comes not just what you need to release, but also the wisdom that is brimming for you to tap into. And which is how I have created these beautiful opportunities for you, which I'm going to speak about soon. So are you excited about this? Do you all want to know that, Neha, you speak about sacred geometry, but what really is that? And not to, and I am going to soon also speak about your internal tattvas and how further we can customize our healing by knowing, by having wisdom and information for that. So tell me something. Is this something that you're looking forward to? Not just to know your sacred geometry, but also your customized solutions. Please type solution in the Telegram group. And while everybody is doing that, may I request Shilpa to come to the beautiful opportunities that we have to offer to these amazing women out here? Excellent. Harpalji wants solutions. Amrita wants solution. Anandita, Margaret wants solution. Suhani wants solution. Please give more commands to the universe. Type solutions. Okay. So I have a beautiful offering for you all. Very, very, I mean, it's almost as if I have designed these packages from my heart for you. What is it that I can give to those brimming women out there, which can help them, which I did not have at one point? So the packages are an entire womb healing group session. If you all feel that this is a I mean, there is so much that I have shared yesterday and today, which you can obviously watch in replay, and I'm yet to share more information. If you think this is all, no, there is so much more that I have to share with you to connect with your personal beauty and your personal generational packaging. So I share that with in the group session, which we have aligned an advanced inner Shakti session on this weekend. And if you're not able to attend this, don't worry, you have a lifetime access to its replay. Not just that, when you move forward, you would also see what more comes with it. Plus, you have 9 numerology MP3s, which is number 1 to number 9. I have created those numerology MP3s. I will send you a personal recording of how you can utilize those numerology MP3s. And there's a package A, which is everything that package B, which everything that package A has, plus a lot more customized recordings on your inner Shakti, plus recording of feminine archetype and difference between female and male journey. Plus, there's more to come. So package A, which is a unique, very unique combination, which is also like numerology MP3s, they work because they speak to your subliminal mind. You don't need to, a lot of women get back to me saying that I'm not able to concentrate. Well, honey, you're not able to concentrate because you're not yet connected with your portal, and which is what I'm providing you a solution for. I'm providing you a group gathering. I'm providing you a customized MP3 solution, which you have access to for life. And not just that, I'm giving you a lot more than that. So let's move ahead. So now this package A, which has the bonus of also self-help PDFs for womb healing, plus the call recording replays. And this is what I was speaking about. A lot of times we need hand holding. So group session has seen beautiful results. However, this hand holding further brings you together with the community and gives you access to, if you have questions, you can ask me. If you want to share something, you can ask me. I also in this group, I'm very active. I give regular information out there, and like a connection that we have with our inner divine feminine, which we all have been able to create. It's on the 25th of June, the group session at 7 p.m. India Standard Time. And the package is usually at 12,998 rupees or $189. However, for everybody who decides to go ahead and connect with their generational wisdom, it is today at just $2,999 or $44. Yes, $2,999, $44 to declutter your generational art studio. But can I give you more? And here it is, the package B. Now, package B comes with a customized recording. I mean, obviously, everything that package A has, but also customized recordings of your inner Shakti flow, that which inner Shakti flows through you. And in that, you would also see that I will give you inputs, not just on which MP3 you need to hear and how to flow with it, but yes, you're also going to get further when we are yet to discuss the tattvas, which tattva you need to connect with more and more and how you can do it. So you're going to get a personal hack as well, which will be valid for you for your life. You get a recording of inner feminine archetype also, and a lot more. Your archetype will make you realize your highest power. And all these customized MP3s, solutions, tattva, oh my God, amazing, right? Now let's move ahead. So all of this for package B, which is everything that package A has, and all of that package B has, usually is at 16,596 or $241, but you get it today at only 3,999 or $59. 3,999 rupees or $59. All that customization, all that unique work for yourself at just 3,999 or $59. Plus, you get access to me. Plus. Usually I have this nag that when people start working with me to a group, I give them a lot of more bonuses, a lot of more free webinars, a lot of plus. So come become a part of our group gathering and thrive in your life. And one thing that I would like to emphasize here is that it's a one-time investment. It's a one-time investment for your life, for your inner portal, for your magic. Okay. So how do you think all of this excites you, and how do you feel about it?
Hey, Neha.
Hello. Hi. Oh, Krishna, you're here. Namaste, Krishna.
Hi, Neha. How are you?
All good. So good to see you, honey.
I'm so happy to be here. Neha, I wanted to share my experience. So initially, in 2020, when the womb healing sessions were offered, and I was like, is it really meant to be for me? Like, I wouldn't connect with it. Like, but when I, enrolled for the demo, I realized there were so many factors that were, the implementations that I was experiencing in my current life. And I went ahead with it. Yes. I took part in the group session, the advanced group session. And you wouldn't believe, first of all, I had PCOD at that point. So after the 3 sessions, I started having, getting my periods. But that was not the main thing. I was at that point experiencing so many outbursts of emotions that especially at my workplace, what happened is I would just go and, react on it, or actually react without understanding where this emotion is coming from. Yes. But now today, I would say, after practicing, using the self-help PDFs, the numerology MP3s, I can tell you one thing. I now acknowledge my emotions before I act on it. So what happens is, it doesn't lead to, because earlier when I would react on it, I would experience shame and guilt. And now I actually acknowledge that I have an emotion and I don't, act on it. But later on, the way when, the sort of kriyas you have shared in the advanced group sessions, I practice that. And that helps me to process my emotions in a healthier manner. And that to feeling empowered instead of feeling guilty and shame out of it. Yes. And, when I was earlier thinking, what, a demo was good enough, like what more would the advanced group session would offer me. But when that happened, my God, it opened up a whole new dimension of wisdom for me. And that wisdom actually helped me to connect with my feminine side more. So that was the best part of it. I can't talk much enough about the womb healing and how it has had impact on my life, and still continues to getting impact, because I still practice the kriyas and refer to the self-help group. Even though you're approachable, it's just a way that I think you encourage us to be more empowered. And self-empowerment is something, I think it's your logo. And I can't even tell you, the fact that we are part of the group, it's a comfort. It's like a tribe, that we are in this together and not alone. That is another bit. And I also want to tell you, one particular thing, like, in the group, when you keep putting out questions on regular basis, it's amazing, because it makes me think, what is my journey? What is my part of journey? And then we share it in the group. So that's, it's an experience that just emphasizes that each one of us is unique. So
absolutely, yes. Thank you, Krishna. Thank you for coming in and sharing with us all.
Neha, something more. I have to thank you for something more. I have never been so grateful to the fact that every session, advanced group healing session that happens, that is a group session. Yes, it has its own benefits, but at the same time, how much hand-holding effort, you're available for that. I like every time that, I have reached out to you, I have got such a profound support. Thank you.
Oh, that's so sweet, Krishna. Thank you so much. Yes, obviously, because that's what we all in a tribe do, right? We support each other, we grow together. In fact, it's very interesting, because womb healing was not even spoken much about in current day India. in current day scenario. It's very popular outside, but not much about India. And I was like, what can I provide to our Indian community, which I needed at some point in time? And my international community with the jazz of wisdom of Indian, healing, because we have that internal power to not just affect ourselves, but to affect every individual around you. And thank you so much, Krishna, for sharing your very, very intimate experience of the group gathering. And more blessings and a lot more to come. So stay tuned.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Krishna, for sharing. At this note, I would also encourage you all women, if there is any question which is coming up, maybe it is in relation to the packages, maybe it is in relation to, if you're just thinking that this and that, and this is my very intimate personal question, should I ask it or not? This is your cue. Ask it. Ask it in the group session. Ask it in the Telegram group, and let's give these questions some momentum, because curiosity is also a way of connecting with your internal womb portal. So if you have any question, Telegram group is open, honey. Go there and just quickly type it. Okay. Oh, okay. So Harpal ji is asking, Neha mentioned something about repetitions of the negative experiences. Would she please elaborate? Absolutely. So what does it mean that a negative experience repeats itself? Well, what happens is that certain times, because of all that which is stored in our womb, and law of attraction says that what is within is outside. Whatever is filled in our cup, whatever is filled in our womb, those are the kind of experiences we are attracting towards ourselves from the outside world. And basically speaking, life is not against us. The inner power is not against us. All that it is doing is it is trying to show us that, honey, you need to work on this, honey, you need to let go of this, or honey, you need to process it. And because of that intent that it has, certain experiences keep repeating in our life. So let's say I had this client who was having a concern at work where she was getting no recognition from her boss. And this was irrespective of which organization that she was working in. She was a great worker, but getting no recognition. So we did the work that we did in the womb healing session, and that awareness, and specifically using the self-help PDFs and the personalized, customized numerology MP3, she got back to me saying, well, Neha, that was the reason why nobody was my boss was not recognizing me was because I was not recognizing myself. She carried an imposter syndrome with herself. Whatever she used to speak, she used to think, oh, is it worth it? Will it make any difference? And because she was so subdued in her own power, the powerful people around her could recognize that. I mean, she just came out as a hard worker, but not somebody who should be recognized. Over a period of time today, not only has she got promotion, but also she's got an award of being the best performer in her organization. But imagine that is what is meant by the repeating patterns, that previously those patterns just kept repeating till the time she started to work on it. That's what is meant by repeating patterns. Harpalji, does that answer you? Okay, excellent. Great. And Preeti ji is asking, please let me know if it is possible to go on for the session without numerology as well. I've already done that course. Excellent question, Preeti ji, because I'm sure this will help answering others too. So numerology that we are mentioning over here is not that it's a course. It is not a numerology reading for you all, honey. It is for you to see that I have created these beautiful numerology MP3s. In fact, give a comment in the Telegram. I can still give you again that numerology number 2 MP3 experience. Just write number 2 in the comment section, then I'll give it to you. So the idea is that because you are born on a particular date of birth, because you have a particular name, you have a sacred geometry. And in this, as a bonus, what you're getting is that because of that sacred geometry, which is unique to you, what works, what solution, or the solutions of the tools that you have, how to utilize those. So it's not that I'm giving you a numerology reading. It is not that I'm telling you that this is what these numbers mean for you, or this is the name change that you should go for, or these are your lucky numbers, etc. But this is about how to utilize the tools that I'm providing to you to the best customized way. See, because today there's a lot of generic information available on the YouTube about womb healing, and that's excellent because it works as well. But however, I wanted to come up with something which is a lot more unique to you. Like if I am working with, Preeti, what is it that I can provide to Preeti unique to her, which might or might not work for Neelam ji or Harpal ji? That's the idea. Does that help you in the answer, Preeti? Okay. So Dolly ji is asking, Neha, can you please answer me as to why my work gets delayed? I'm also scared to plan, as I feel the moment I look forward to something, it does not happen. Dolly ji, beautiful question. Why is it that that your work gets delayed? We just discussed about that how one, there are repeating patterns. Those repeating patterns are trying to let you know through contrast that, hello honey, this is what you need to work on. And the second thing is that remember that all the junk in the trunk, that art studio that I spoke about, which is so cluttered, all those unexpressed emotions, all those unexpressed words. Certain times women get back to me saying that, but I am very expressive. Well, maybe you were expressive, but there were generations of your feminine energy. Remember, you were incepted in your grandmother's womb. Maybe they want to come out through you. And through contrast, they are showing to you that I'm going to give you experiences of stuck energy because the flow is currently, it's like a bud. Your womb is like a bud. You can work on, opening it and flowing through it such that this stuck energy or delays that you feel, one, either you have the wisdom to that if it is delayed, maybe it is not for you. And two, that maybe it is for you. And now that I am empowered enough, now that all that stuck energy, I'm able to release because I'm more in awareness and I have these self-help tools and I have access to the group energy. Now we can work on it. So that is probably why you have ideology. But however, not to leave you with the problem, but the solution that you can be helped with it also. Before I go ahead with the questions, I would just like you all to be remembered that I'm yet to give you a little more, which is that I'm going to speak about the tattvas and you. So stay tuned. Okay, great. Preeti ji understood. Harpalji is saying, one more question, please. I'm seeing the same patterns of extreme delays in my daughter's life. Can this be resolved by doing this program? Yes. Yes. If we are, see, of course, the results vary from person to person, but as much as I have worked with the women, okay, also when it comes to a mother-daughter relationship, for her, you are the moon, okay? Now, moon is also a very feminine energy. Moon is also our water content, our internal water content. When we work on numerology MP3s, when we work on the advanced inner Shakti, when we do those meditations, when we continue to do those tools, just by the virtue of the way you will become, that in itself will reflect back on your daughter's life, right? So I would say the root, just as the root of what happened is happening with you probably lies with your grandmother, the root of what will happen not just to your daughter, but her children also lies with you. So can you incept doing that work on yourself and work for yourself and for the children that your daughter is going to have, plus for your daughter? Energetically, the answer is there is a possibility and it can be worked upon. Does that answer? Okay, great. Amrita is saying, why do we feel to get validation from people around us, even when it comes to our professional life? And that somehow does not make me grow and do things on my own, as I always seek validation, like whatever I am doing is right or not. Yes, because Amrita, beautiful question. And that is also because, as I said, that decision making becomes a problem because we feel that stuck energy, because the wisdom, the natural flow of wisdom is stuck in our womb. That is not unleashed yet. We are not aware of our inner power. So what do? The law of energy says that wherever there is a lack of energy, it will move towards something which is of a higher vibration or which is of a higher energy, which is what we do, because we don't feel that we can make good enough decisions because of that stuck energy, because that flow is stuck within us. We rely on others. We seek others' validation. We think that the decisions that I am to make, they're stupid, or that they're not worth it, or they will not be accepted. So we go about looking for people who can validate us. and which is how we give away our power to them. And as I mentioned earlier, that if that one person is like, say, a guru or a mentor, if their intentions are good, excellent. But if that person deals with their own issues, is narcissistic, has their own power control issues, then we are doomed. So, which is why the best is to create that internal power to work on our womb so that eventually we don't need their validation. And see, validation is very different from asking for feedback. So let's say, for example, if we do some work and we ask for a feedback that what do you think about it is okay. But when we start basing our emotions on the answers that the other person is giving, or directing our life as per the answers that other person is giving, which means that we do not have the decision making power, that is where we become susceptible to other people's, their own things in life. Does that answer you, Amrita? Okay. Ria is asking why others try to push their thoughts on us. If they know and have experience, we too have some sense how to get rid of such conversations without hurting them. Okay. So first of all, Ria, I would like to mention that it is not humanly possible to keep everyone happy. Second, for a lot of for women who lack in their internal power or the connection with their internal portal, their aura is very open. They are very susceptible, as I just mentioned, for the dump of other people on them. The the energetic feedback that they are giving out is that help me, I need help. And which is where other people feel that it's okay to advise her. They feel that that's the way in which they could help you. So in order to make our aura a lot more stronger, in order for a message to be that, listen, I'm open to the feedback that you want to give me. However, my decision is eventually going to be mine. That requires a connection with that internal power, and which is what we're going to work on today. So does that answer you? And obviously, when we remember, I spoke about the sacred geometry. So when we know who we are, what are our likes or dislikes, we also know how to create those sacred boundaries also, that, hello, honey, thank you for your suggestion, but I know who I am. That kind of a thing. A lot of times we don't know who we are. So we feel that whatever this other person is telling me must be true, right? So which is where we become more and more open, more and more susceptible to other people as well. Okay, great. I hope this answers you. Okay, Harpalji is saying, there are times when you aren't really asking for feedback, but they still keep passing judgments and I feel totally dejected. What could be the reason behind becoming a football of others' opinion? Is this also connected to womb healing? Absolutely, Harpalji. Actually, by now, I see, as I often say, that whatever is in your cup is going to spill. So if it doesn't matter whether you are putting it out in physical or not, we are energetic beings. So if our energy is open to them giving us a feedback, and that too in a way which is not constructive, that means that somewhere inside our cup, we have a hook of it, we have a trigger of it, and which is what womb healing helps in releasing. The first thing that it does is it helps us realize that what are those customized things that I need to work on or that I need to utilize in my life, and not just forget about you, forget about me here, or forget about that one individual. Think about generations. Think about, how most of us belong to a feminine generation where systematically they were told that you cannot make good decisions, that you're good only for cooking and cleaning at home. And maybe that worked in that particular scenario because opportunities weren't open. Today, it's not so. And we are collectively today working on that generational limitation or that generational trauma too. But the only thing I don't speak a lot about it is also because I also want you to know that where the trauma gets passed on, the wisdom as well. And that's the beauty of my work, of the work that I'm presenting to you, that not only are you releasing, but you're also connecting to that which will empower you and whoever you touch. Okay, Harpalji, does this help? Let me know. Okay, great. So any more questions? It's best to make this session interactive. If you want to be unmuted and speak your own, let's say you think that I'm not able to write this question, it is better if I speak it out. Do let me know also, and Shilpa will help you unmute it, because certain times we are more expressive in spoken words than we are in written words. So feel free to do that as well. Okay. So any more questions that you have, in terms of the package, any confusion that you might be carrying that, Neha, is this included or is that included? I think Preeti ji asked an excellent question and created a ground for us to remove all of our confusion about the numerology MP3s. And everybody who asked the questions so far, Harpal ji, Amrita ji, and Neelu ji, thank you so much. Okay. Would you want to come on? Would you want to communicate something? Should I ask you to be unmuted? You can raise your hands if you want to be unmuted. Okay. Great. Okay. So let me share my screen. Let me share my screen again. Okay, so have you all understood that how you are the sacred geometry and the answers that you so seek, or the solutions that you so seek outside are within you, and the solutions that I'm providing, the tools that I'm providing are actually to unravel the internal flow so that you do not feel as if other people are dumping information on you, or you do not feel that you need someone else's validation, or all those hormonal things that you were going through. At least you see a ray of hope that eventually, maybe if not me, that my generations can do something about it. Do you see this? Give me a thumbs up. Okay. Now, I also wanted to speak about your internal feminine energy and the tattvas. A lot of us have heard about tattvas, but let's see how is that connected with our feminine energy and what can we do about it. So the first tattva is earth. Okay. Now the earth energy is also a grounding energy. When there is a lack of earth energy within our womb, which again is reflective of in our date of birth as well, which is what I'm going to educate you all on when I send you that personal recording of inner Shakti and Tattva. When the earth energy is kind of debilitated or less in our womb, what happens is that we often feel lost. There is no grounding. There could be a lot of there is no stability. There is a lack of stillness in us. we I have also seen a lot of time, these are the women who would have by now maybe lost the balance of their legs, which means that they become very susceptible to small little injuries as well. For example, they would be walking and their feet will bang onto the door. A lack of balance, a lack of stillness within them. So that is how a lack of earth tattva affects the feminine energy. A balanced earth tattva is basically working towards the rhythm of the universe. You see, just as how earth is, that earth rotates, revolves at a particular pace. It has the frequency of 7.8. That's the voice which is coming. That's the earth's voice. That's the frequency which earth is emitting at all times. One quick hack that I can give to you, a general hack is that you can sleep on the ground if you feel that you lack stability, or if you are somebody who is prone to these stupid, silly accidents, to create stillness in your life. And if possible, you can lie with your heart on the ground, so that your heart and your womb on the ground, so that earth tattva is absorbed. So did you see that how just one element amiss can affect you? The second is fire. Now, a lot of times when the fire energy is lacking in us, the women feels a lack in, there's a lot of laziness. Also, speaking about the earth tattva, or in fact any more tattva, neither a less is required or is advisable, nor in excess. So when earth tattva is in excess, it deals with laziness as well. So does fire. If it is less, it will make one passionless. There will be a lack of motivation in the person. And excess of fire tattva will make somebody very impulsive, very aggressive. A lot of times when they will communicate, they will be channelizing this excess of fire tattva. What will that do? That will create problems in relationships. There will be arguments that you don't even know where they're coming from. Later, you would think and say that, oh, was that argument really required? Or did I really need to increase my pitch while I was saying this? So that is how excess or less of fire tattva affects our internal feminine. The next is water. These are the women, if less, they will come back to me saying that, Neha, I don't know how to handle my emotions. And or they overgive, okay, because they need to compensate it from outside. They overgive. They feel that they look for emotional support from others because that emotional support is internally lacking within them. These are also the women who might have dry skin or dandruff issues. Even excess of fire gives dandruff issues. These are also people who might have an excess of water tattva could be that they have bloating issues, that they feel heavy even when they have not eaten as much to feel heavy. You see, so a balanced water tattva, once done, which is also what these numerology MP3s will help you in, is that it will give you an insight, just as you heard Krishna saying that now she was more aware of the emotions that she was feeling and what to do with those emotions. That is exactly how womb healing and these customized tools help you in balancing your water tattva. Now, the air tattva, these are your thoughts. This is the air which comes out of you, your communication. So, a lot of times when the air tattva is less, what that means is that the person has no creativity. They feel they almost feel that, especially when there is time, they're not able to give answers because their creativity is not brimming in them. And an excess of air tattva would mean that somebody speaks so much that they are not able to have a quiet moment in their life, which means that, let's say you go out with a friend, or let's say on a date or with a spouse, what you feel is that if there is no communication happening between the two of us, it basically means that the other person is getting bored. And just because of that, I should always constantly be speaking. This can be a bit irritating for the other person. It could be a turn off. These are also the people who might be that they're sitting in a they have a problem in listening as well, because they're always talking. So the other people feel unheard with them, and eventually they'll end up having not so great relationship. So what people have told me, how the numerology MP3 helps in this case, or in fact how womb healing helps in this case, is that they're able to balance their air tattva. They have this now strong sense of discernment, where to speak, where to stay quiet. They also are more connected with their intuition, with the Akash. Yeah, actually, Akash is the fifth tattva, which not many people speak about, which is the ether element, wisdom of the universe. That just by balancing these tattvas, you're able to connect with that ether tattva, where the intuition increases, where your internal wisdom increases, when you allow that internal flow by blooming out your womb using these tools and using the group gatherings. Nobody has ever spoken about the connection of feminine energy and with these tattvas. Do you think, which one of these do you think you have? Please type in the Telegram group. Do you think you have less of earth or more of earth? Do you think you have less of fire or more of fire? Do you think you have less of air or more of air? Or do you think that you have less of water or more of water? Type it in the comment section of the Telegram group. Maybe I will give you all a hack as well. And what is to come next is a couple of live demos too. So stay interactive. Let me see. As we speak, I'm going to the Telegram group to see. Okay. Okay. So, so Harpalji has more of fire, which means that what you can, okay, there are bloating issues, which is, bloating could be actually of two ways. It could be through water, or it could be through air as well. More water, but I also have fire and air. Actually, yes, this is okay. Thank you for bringing that up, Margaret. I would also like to say that sometimes because we are unique individuals, so sometimes it is not just one element that we have a concern with. It could be a mixture of elements as well. Eventually, the idea is to balance these out through the tools through the tools of the advanced Shakti. Yes, exactly. Anandita ji says mixture. bloating issues. So bloating issues, fire issues, right? Now, what I often recommend is that when somebody has excess of fire, which means that there could be a possibility that in the that through generations or while they were growing up, what they saw was that the way to communicate, that the way to control somebody, or the way to put across their words was by disruption, okay, or by a sense of getting a bit aggressive in the speech, which is what they have absorbed while growing up, which is there in the womb, and which is where womb healing comes into picture. For such people, I recommend numerology number 9, and also the contrast of it, which is numerology number 2 or numerology number 6. When you use that repeatedly, it helps you in balancing this particular tattva in your life. Because even in numerology, we say whatever it is that you're facing, the antidote of it lies to its opposite tattva. Okay, so for fire also would mean that you should have a lot of water because it dries out the skin. And for air and water, for air, I would suggest that earthing is very important. So something like numerology number 8 will be a very good antidote for you. And which is in fact the reason why I tell people that why is it that I'm giving you access to all 9 numerology MP3s and not just the ones or two which are in your date of birth? Well, that is because uh, when we start working on it on us, sometimes the tattva experience changes or shifts. If you know anything about Ayurveda, you would also mean that how this is in relation to our pravritis as well, and the pravritis can shift. So you will have access to these numerology MP3s for life. So if you feel, Neha, earlier where I used to be too aggressive, well, now I'm getting too emotional. So do I need to come back to you? I would say that yes, of course, if you wish to, you can. However, this is your solution in your numerology MP3, which you already have as well. And that combined with the self-help PDFs, as well as the group gathering replay, you sorted mostly. But if you still need my help, the 3 month access to me is there. And also, it doesn't mean that I will forget you after that, or you will not have access to me after that. There is so much that we can work together, isn't it? Right. So when it comes to bloating issues, if it is in relation to water, what you can do is, it also means that you're an overgiver. So do you think, are you an overgiver? If you're an overgiver, one thing that I would suggest is that give water to people, right? Give water to people. That will help you in channelizing that excess water energy. That will also, over a period of time, help you in channelizing water content. And there are a lot more customized solutions which I will keep putting into my 3 months support group. Okay, so does this excite you? Are you ready to connect with your 1 second? Yeah. Are you ready to connect with your internal power? And I would just want to quickly share with you one more thing, which is that womb healing. Womb healing balances by tapping into a group healing and energy. Like, why is what do you think is the way I have created this advanced Shakti program and all the tools around it? These are the things for your benefit, which I consider that tapping into a group healing and energy, regular awareness. Awareness creates empowerment, awareness about your likes and dislikes and tendencies so that you can make this better decision making power. A lot of you in the group shared that how other people dump their feedback on you or that you seek validation. Well, when you will start making, when you know yourself and you start creating an environment around you which is in tandem with your tendencies, probably they will also get an idea that, okay, now this person is not open to what I say, and which is okay because this person is now intelligent enough. Knowing your internal Shakti, when to unleash her. As I said in the beginning, sometimes I get away. Neha Goyal gets away from her path, and she channelizes that internal Shakti. So now what I'm speaking is not me. Sometimes people go through imposter syndromes. They feel that, do I know this? And when I have such doubts, I channelize my internal Shakti and I say that even though I don't know it, but of course she does. You see, that's how it helps. And then tapping onto that personal tattva of yours. And what I would really like to emphasize once again here is that what you invest in this is a one-time investment, which is valid for your lifetime. You will have full access to the replays, not just these, but also of the group interactive sessions, the WhatsApp group, and the MP3s, and the self-help PDFs, and the archetypes, and plus, plus, plus. There's so many things which I have discussed. I don't want to repeat it, but you see, it's a lifetime access to all of that. And now let's do some live demos. But before that, if you have any questions, please put in the comment section of the Telegram group as well. Okay, so yesterday we did a couple of live demos on, one second, let me stop sharing so that I can see you all. Yes, there you are. So yesterday we did a couple of live demos on your sacred geometry and how numerology MP3s help you. Today, I'm going to give you an insight on which inner Shakti flows through you and how you can utilize it in your life. So if you want to participate in these live demos, please raise your hands and I will request Shilpa to help me in unmuting them and opening up their videos so that we can, so that they could be invited into this live demo. I would also just like to emphasize here that all the questions that you answered, even the ones that you have in your mind, whether you accept it today, that all of this can be helped by womb healing. They can remove those blocks, and eventually you, just as Krishna did, you would also get back to me saying that, Neha, I never thought that it was so magical. But honey, magic is going to be normal for you going forward. Okay, let's pick up Anandita.
Yeah. Hi.
Namaste. Namaste,
Yeah,
Anandita.
hi.
Okay, there you are. How are you, honey?
Fine.
Okay, great. So let's ask that what is the inner Shakti which is flowing through Anandita? What do you want her to know? In the meanwhile, Anandita, could you also quickly tell me your date of birth, please?
It's 16/5/75.
16/5/75. Okay.
Now, late night, 11/5.
Okay. So, so the inner Shakti which is flowing through you, Anandita, as of now is Rabia. Okay. Now her message is the Queen of Saintly Woman. I am in service of divine love. I move the way love asks me to move, which also makes me feel, Anandita, that there is a little concern that you have in terms of giving away control. You need to, maybe there's a possibility that you need to know or plan everything out for you to feel comfortable, which is where the flow of your energy is getting stuck. And when you tap into that internal flow, that which says that I move the way love asks me to move, and get yourself out of the way, which also means the tattva that you could be wanting to work with over here is the tattva of fire and also water, so that it gives you that directional strength, such that it gives you that strength of, hey, honey, even if you don't know everything right now, which is also the fear of unknown, you don't need to plan it to the T, and have that sense of a little spontaneity in your life. So tap onto this energy. And while you do decide to take the package, what I will do is I will give you a detail of this entire thing. Plus, I will send you the picture of this inner Shakti and tell you how you can meditate on it to include that in your womb energy. So is that something which resonates with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not actually like me having control. It's like, yeah, sometimes I feel like if I plan out, it will work out. But I know if I plan, it's not going to work out. My planning doesn't work out. I go, I have to do it. I'll do it. It works out. But if I sit and plan for doing something, it's never work out.
Exactly.
I know that.
Yeah. So that's the energy which you need to now tap onto, that internal fire energy in a balanced way. And if you were to take the numerology MP3, which will work for you in this particular situation, is number 2, and also number 4, which will give you that energy of, okay, fine, like in this case, I can't plan it all, but at least I can give and let go of go with the flow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Anindita. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay. So who else can we take up next? Neelam ji is there. Namaste, Neelam ji.
Yeah, her pal is here at the moment.
Okay, Neelam ji, will get back to you. It's just that
Okay.
I will get back to you. Let's look at Harpal ji first.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me see. Where are you? Here you are. Namaste, Harpal ji. Okay, a card actually has popped up for you, so I will use that. The card is of Queen Esther. It says, the morning star. My ego is in service of my soul, and I trust my soul's divine timing. So one of the concerns that, first of all, what you need to develop a belief on, Harpalji, is a divine timing, which means that if you feel that it is, so you know how it is that there are certain times we want things to happen at the pace that we wish for them to happen. But a lot of times life has shown to you that your pace is not equivalent to the pace which is required for your highest and best. And therefore, maybe you do not know a lot, which also means when you connect with your womb, that sense of delay or that sense of restlessness goes away, and you become much more in tandem with your divine timing. You know that even if it is not happening right now, it will eventually happen, or not, depending upon what is divinely orchestrated for me in my life. What that will do is that resistance which your body always goes through in terms of creating a stress mode for you, that why isn't it already happening, that resistance will ease out, and which will eventually affect in a good way your physical, mental, as well as emotional health too. So for somebody like you, something like a numerology number 2 and a numerology number 6 will be very good for you to become more and more aware of this divine timing scenario. Does that help you?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, Shilpa, if you could help me with who can we take next? Neeluji?
Yeah.
Okay.
Neelam.
And now I can't.
I've raised my hand.
Yes, there you are. Okay, Namaste, Neeluji.
Namaste.
Okay, so which inner divine Shakti is flowing through Neelu? So, I just want to remind you all before I carry on with Neeluji that this and an elaborate version of it is what you would be getting in your internal Shakti, and what are your personal hacks, which you can include in your day-to-day life through that. So the card which has come for you is Yeshe Sogyal. Okay. So Yeshe Sogyal. Okay. So now she says that she's a lady of the lotus born. She's an embodiment, is the deepest bliss. My body was made for enlightenment. So first of all, you do know that you have this mission inside you where you're like, what can I know more? You know, what is it that I can learn more so that I can help not just myself, but also those around me, right? And you do that through your body, which means that if you have any doubts, Neeluji, maybe if in future you can also take up some physical healing body work, wherein you are using your body movements such as Reiki, right? Or even acupressure, acupuncture, and things like those. So wherever you are making your body in use, which also means that when it comes to the elements, I would suggest you to balance your earth element, because there could be this spaciness often that you feel in terms of staying in air. Thoughts hai, inspiration hai, but what to do with it? Which is where you need this, which is where you need to channelize this particular Shakti, which is where those personal hacks will come into picture. Okay? Okay, Neeluji. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay. tell me something. Please type in the Telegram group. How do you think is today's session helping you? What do you think is going to be your takeaway from today's session? If you were to share it with your community, if you would want to speak a word such that it spreads to others, what will you say? Either you can come here and say it, or you can share it on the Telegram group. So let's give those commands such that whatever you are putting across is helping you and it's helping others, and you're giving that command to the universe. What is going to be your biggest takeaway for this particular session? And why do you think is your womb healing going to serve your purpose to connect with your generation and for those to come? Anybody would like to speak about it? Definitely. Harpal Madhuji mentions that if we don't work, if you don't want patterns to be repeating in our future generations, we need to heal our own womb. Absolutely, so that it doesn't pass on to the next. And just by saying that, Harpalji, you have put your healing into momentum. You have given that message to the universe that that's what your intention is. So I encourage others also to do the same. Type in the Telegram group. It could be a couple of lines. It doesn't matter, but take the opportunity of making the most of this group energy. And also let me know if you would like to experience the numerology number 2 again. So while you type in the Telegram group, let me pick up the next person, Shailja ji. Shailja Karanam. I can't hear you, honey. Okay, there you are. Yes, namaste.
No.
Oh, that's a beautiful painting thing that you've done on your wall.
Yeah.
Okay, so Shailja, what's the inner Shakti that is flowing through you? Okay, Shailja ji, I have got Inanna for you. Okay, now, first of all, I would like you to see that how, I don't know if you're able to see the color, but how the color that she has is almost matching the color that you're wearing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, right. So she says that she's the queen of heaven and earth. She says, I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. So if there are any concerns that you have, like one concern with contrast that you might be dealing with is that of self-judgment, right? All those bickering thoughts on yourself that you have put is what is stored in your womb, and which is what your inner Shakti is saying, that I see and accept all that I am. Because once you start doing that, because that's your internal power, and once you start doing that, if you feel that there is any issue that anyone else is facing with you, is saying you're like this, you're like that, that blame that others are putting on you, always ask yourself, how and where am I putting that blame on myself? And then carry on with activating Inanna, then carry on with activating those numerology MP3s and the element that I will suggest to you, so that you can work on it over a period of time. Self-judgment is the biggest concern that you and your generations probably want to work with. Maybe you belong, maybe there could be a possibility that many in your generations have been gaslighted, and because of which they don't know their own self-worth, because of which their first thing which they put across is that the problem must be in me only.
Yeah.
Right? So that is what you need to work on. Anything that you would like to share, Shailja ji?
I think this is exactly what I needed to hear. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Great. All right. Thank you so much, Shailja, for joining in. Okay. Neelam ji is saying that with a womb healing, I would like to tap into my innermost energy called Shakti to shine. Wow, such a beautiful message that is. Shakti to shine. Thumbs up, Neelam ji. And Dolly ji is saying, I would like to receive my numerology. Sure. I mean, you will get that with the package anyways. Okay. Great. So, okay. 1 second. Anything that you would, I mean, I would really encourage if anybody would want to come on board and just share in summary, how is it that they feel about this session? And are they excited for the next sessions to come? With these, you get access to a lot more wisdom that I want to share. Of course, you can watch the replays on various platforms as well, wherever it will be shared. It's going to be a beautiful Shanivar. It's going to be a beautiful Saturday for you all. I, for one, really enjoyed this gathering. Once you receive this email, if you feel that it helps for you to share with maybe a family or a friend, please go ahead and share it. Let's spread this wisdom just by sharing. Let's externalize that flow which lies latent within us. However, remember that you have an art studio and you are the one who has the power to declutter it, to open up opportunities, not just for yourself, but for your generations which have gone and which are yet to come. So with that message, I thank you all for joining. Thank you so much, Divine Feminine, for this amazing gathering. Love you all. Namaskar.